So apparently, I was reading on comicbook.com today, Zack Snyder, the main director, or first director of Justice League, hasn't seen the movie yet, apparently. He left a post on Vero, I think a social network, like a video, well, not a social network, but like this video posting thing like Vimeo or even YouTube, similar in some ways, that he hadn't seen the film yet. And I saw that, and I was stunned. I was like, really? Because it seems bizarre that he would not have seen the movie yet, and he was one of the people, the main person who directed it or started or something like that. I know that there was a big deal earlier this year when he had on his Twitter account, the header picture was something from Justice League, and then he deleted it, and I think left it blank or something. And that made a lot of news. You know, Zack Snyder takes Justice League imagery off his Twitter account. But since then, he's been tweeting and showing behind-the-scenes photos, like on different social media platforms, or maybe just Vero or something. So he has been working to promote the movie intermittently. Of course, as you know, I'm not saying he didn't have reason to step back, of course. He had a family tragedy, you know, when he lost one of his children. And in the midst of all this, he left. And then Joss Whedon came over to do the remaining shoots and writing and things like that to fix things up. I think either Zack Snyder and or Warner Brothers thought that, you know, the script needed to be like funnier or lighter or whatever. And they hired Joss Whedon to help them do that. And then I think, you know, after that decision was made, then Zack Snyder had the family tragedy and left. And Joss Whedon took over completely and made a lot of changes. I think Joss Whedon's the one who decided to get rid of Junkie XL after Hans Zimmer had already left and replace him with Danny Elfman as a composer. A decision I'm not really happy with because although Danny Elfman did a capable job, I don't think that what he came up with was as epic and dramatic and awesome to listen to as what Junkie XL and Hans Zimmer would have done. But they were Zack Snyder's guys, and since Zack Snyder was gone and wasn't the boss anymore, they had no choice but to leave if the new boss, Joss Whedon, didn't want him along. And I also wonder how Zack Snyder felt about Warner Brothers mandating that the movie be 2 hours or less, because Zack Snyder has a tendency, I think, to go longer, and I think he would have wanted to make Justice League longer, like 2.5 hours or something like that. And I think Justice League would have been better served if it had been, you know, 2 hours, 20 minutes or 2 hours and 30 minutes, because it had like 7 characters, including the villain, right? 6 heroes and the main villain. Three of those heroes we haven't seen that much in DC movies yet until Justice League. And I really think that the movie could have had more time to establish itself. But, you know, the studio wouldn't allow it. So there are a few reasons why maybe Zack Snyder might be unhappy with some stuff privately, but not saying so much, you know, publicly. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. Justice League is out this weekend. We'll see how it does financially. And it'll be curious to see what Zack Snyder does with his career after this. You know, if he leaves the DCEU or if they kick him out, I don't know. But where he goes, if he's going to do more movies or go to TV or what have you. And Joss Whedon as well, because I've seen reports that Justice League might be underperforming in the US financially in its opening weekend, that is. And so it'll be interesting to see, you know, what happens with Whedon's career after this too, because if Justice League doesn't perform, he might not be looking to it either, and neither would Zack Snyder. I'm not saying I want this to happen. I'd be perfectly happy if both of them had long, healthy careers. But I'm just wondering, you know, what will happen if Justice League maybe doesn't do what Warner Brothers wanted it to do, money-wise. But again, I'm a huge fan of Man of Steel, BVS, and Zack Snyder, and I wish nothing but the best for him. And, you know, I hope he gets over his family tragedy pretty well. I'm sure he will. He's a healthy, mature adult. He's strong. He's tough. And I'm rooting for him. But anyways, thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewership. Please like and subscribe to videos, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.